are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Wilson. And that's complete to Swain. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Carson, and he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Watson. It's complete to Snead. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Watson now to throw. They'll check this down to Johnson. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. But Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And he'll get this underneath to David Johnson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. A little check down to Lindsay. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Lindsay. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, Don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Penny. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Elijah Penny. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Here's Wilson. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing is Wilson. Being chased out left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Carson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head. Coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. Hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Here's Wilson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Now it's Carson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on the sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Carson will take the handoff out of the option play.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
First down. It's Lindsey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and 11.
Here's Watson. Forced out to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. Look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He was brought down by Hill.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks.
Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Watson. Seahawks have picked it up. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Carson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Gerald Everett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And that's going to be caught, Dwayne Eskridge. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. He got 29 yards that time.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Carson is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Now Myers for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Watson off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They run it with Carson.
64 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run again with Carson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson.
Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think